The Women's Euros comes to a close on Sunday, July 27th at 12 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time. The final two are set, and it's England against Spain. Let's preview both teams, how they got here, look at some player props, make the best bet for this game. Be sure to give the video a like, subscribe to the channel. The Euros may be coming to an end, but we have MLS action. We have also the Copa America going on for the women as well. We have Leagues Cup coming up and more soccer this summer. In this game, Spain favorites -138, draw plus 280, England plus 350, over 2.5, -118. The under 2.5, -106. Both teams to score yes favored, -125. The no, -110. England to lift the trophy if we need extra time or PKs, plus 200. Spain to win past regulation just by any means, -275. If we look at these teams all time, England have a 7-3-4 record. They met in the quarterfinals of the 2022 Euros, and England won that one 2-1. Then they met in the finals of the 2023 World Cup. Spain won that one 1-0. Olga Carmona's 29th minute goal being the only goal in that game. Spain led in the shots on target 5-3. There's two very recent meetings though this year in the Nations League, with England winning 1-0 and then Spain winning 2-1. Those games being in February, and then very recently in June. Jess Park scored in February. In the February meeting, with the shots on target being 6-5 for England. In June, Russo scored for England first, and then Pina scored twice, 2 goals in the second half. Shots on target 6-2 for Spain in that 2-1 win. England ranked 5th. Let's a quick recap of their tournament here in the Euros. They lost 2-1 to France in the first game, scored in the 87th minute, almost got shut out. Then they blew out Netherlands 4-0, blew out Wales 6-1. Into the quarterfinals, just 2 minutes in, they were scored on against Sweden, and again in the 25th minute, and they were second best for most of that game. It stayed 2-0 until Bronze and Ajiman scored late in the 79th and the 81st to push that game into extra time. England went on to win in PK, so barely, almost got knocked out here. Then into the semifinals against Italy, England once again made their supporters stress it out until very late in the game. They fell behind in the 33rd minute, and they were moments away from going out in that game as well. Once again, it was the subs to the rescue. First, Ajiman scoring in the 96th minute. Then in extra time, it was Chloe Kelly scoring in the 109th from a questionable PK goal. England had 56% of the possession, led in shots 24-11, and the shots on target 7-5. Ajiman also scored as a sub versus Sweden. Lauren James came off injured, and if she can't go, could be a big loss. Their form in 2025, 6-2-4 in regulation, but you can add 2 more wins to that list from extra time or PKs. It's hard to target just 1 or 2 players if you were looking at player props, considering 11 different players have scored. No one has over 2 goals, though. 4 players do have 2, that being Stanway, James, Toon, Ajiman, and Ajiman with only 92 minutes of play, playing mostly as a sub. Each of Russo and James have 14 shot attempts. However, the shots on target not as impressive, with just 3 and 4 respectively. Over to Spain, they're ranked 2nd overall. Game 1, they had an easy win over Portugal, 5-0. Game number 2, it was 2-2 at one point, but Spain pulled away in the second half against Belgium and routed them 6-2. Game number 3 against Italy. Italy opened the scoring, but Spain eventually went on to win that one 3-1. Quarterfinals, despite many chances, posts, missed PKs, it was only 2 second half goals for Spain, and they took out the hosts Switzerland 2-0. Last round of the semifinals, Spain faced their toughest task, a resilient German side. For the first time, La Roja were shut out, with the score ending 0-0 in regulation. With PKs looking possible, it was Aitana Bonmani, who didn't even get to start this tournament as she had viral meningitis. She scored the winner in the 113th minute. Spain led in possession, 67%, shots 22-15, and shots on target 9-4. Germany had their chances, certainly could have won that game if for a little bit better finishing and not for a couple big saves near the in extra time there by the Spanish goalkeeper. Therefore, they've only lost 1 of 19 games now, that being since December 1st, 2023. It's just a 1-0 loss against England that we mentioned earlier in the Nations League back in February. Since that time, they're 10-0-0. They have wins of 5-2, 7-1, 5-1, 2-1, 3-1, 5-0, 6-2, 3-1, 2-0, and then finally just 1-0, and that came in extra time. So mostly they've been scoring plenty of goals. Spain have conceded, though, in 10 of their 15 games, despite having many big wins here. 10 players this tournament have scored, and that group is led by Gonzalez with 4, Putellas with 3, and Pina and Del Castillo with 2 each. Each of Gonzalez, Putellas, and Pina are in the top 5 in shot attempts. 20, 16, and 15 are those totals, and the shots on target categories, with Pina leading the group with 10, Gonzalez 8, Putellas 5. Pina leads everybody in the tournament with shots on target, 2 more than the next closest. Their leaders, if we look at these 3 players, Gonzalez 4 goals. We look at the shot attempts and shots on target. 6-3, 4-1, 2-1, 4-1, and 4-2. So every game, Gonzalez has put a shot on target. Putellas, 3 goals, 4 assists. She's gone 4-1, 7-2, 4-2, 0-0, and 1-0. So lots of goals and assists there, but the last 2 games, no shots on target. And Pina, 2 goals, 2 assists, and the shots, 2-2, 5-3, 1-1, 6-3, and 1-1. Another player who's had a shot on target every single game. For best bets in the women's Euro final here between England and Spain, given Spain's firepower, you would expect them to get plenty of chances, very likely get on the score sheet, and they have put up 5 to 6 or so shots on target in recent games, which with England, if we look back over the last few meetings between them, those shots could likely come from various sources on this team, but surely you would have to look to some of the top players that we've mentioned previously. England, they do have 1 extra day of rest here, but they've struggled in 3 of their 5 games this tournament. Very easily could have been sent home. They lost to France, they struggled against Sweden and Italy. England obviously will have some revenge on their mind from that 2023 World Cup, but Spain are still searching for their first Euros title, so they have a lot of motivation here as well, despite 2 teams loaded with talent. If we look at all the knockout round games this tournament, and in the 2023 World Cup and 2022 Euros, they've all been relatively low scoring. Only 2 games combined in 2022 and 2023 in the knockout rounds went over 3 goals. This year, only 1 of the 6 knockout round games so far have gone over 3 goals, that being a 2-2 with England and Sweden, and that game was 2-0 until really late in that game. I think I'm always going to consider Spain to get on the score sheet, but we've seen them concede to a few teams this tournament. England certainly has the firepower to score. Let's bet on both teams to score. You could be minus 125. You could add Esther to have a shot on target, Esther Gonzalez plus 120, or Pina to have a shot on target plus 162. Either of those look like a good option. Pina scored twice against England in that last meeting, and she has most shots on target in the tournament. She takes a lot of corners, though, which sometimes takes away from some of those chances, whereas you have Esther in and around the net all the time. Either option looks good. You could pick them both if you'd like. If you want to just pick one, I'm going to settle on Esther to have a shot on target and bet both teams to score in a same-game parlay over at Bet365. It'll come into plus 125 odds. How do you see the Women's Euros final going on Sunday? Drop your bets down there in the comments, and good luck.